Hello friends! If you made a chord, we can start orchestrating. Otherwise, let's choose that. So my goal is to create a mysterious and chaotic ambience by filling the score with various methods. Therefore, I advise you to follow it carefully so that you can clearly understand every detail shown and apply the same to your own work. Thus, I'm going to apply the spread method to the lower part of the score and shade it between the brass section. As you remember, we learned how to voice polychords in our previous lectures. The effective way is to analyze the chord construction and determine how many chords exist. Then isolate each chord by shading them within homogeneous or closed timbres. In my case, the polychord contains the D minor and the B flat minor triads. The bass line is an active below. As I said, the D minor will be in the trombones family, while the B flat minor in the horns. The tuba takes the root of the chord. The counterbasses, cellos and the timpani keep the bass with the tremolo technique. What does this dynamic mean? The ADSR properties of the sound will be useful to explain this topic. So, when a player starts playing the fortepiano dynamic, the sound should go from silent to the forte level during the short attack time. And then, he suddenly should fall the volume to piano. The pronunciation will be like this. Dum. Since I also added the accents above the nose, the chord will start with a bit of sforzando and turn back to piano. If you want to hear roaring sound and then come down like dum, replace the fortepiano dynamic with the sforzando piano. Let's listen to the mock-up. I want to remind you that horizontal or vertical breaks can replace the spread method. Let's save it for our next lesson. Now is the time to add the stretched figure to our score and then transform it into a different one. So, the main figure should be made first. Any tone of the scale can be used depending on your choice. No worries, any arpeggiated figure, regardless of the selected tone, will work above the sustained chord. I'm gonna use the D, F, A, and the C sharp for the first two bars. The next bar is the opposite of the previous one. This is the basic form of the stretched harmony. As you may remember, we learned three extensions: chordal, chain, and flip of the stretch method that helped us expand simple material without making a new figure. So, we will transform just the main stretch basic, nothing else. Let's use the extension flip retrograde and place it below the main one. What does this mean? Retrograde is the common polyphonic technique in which a previous musical line appears in reverse, walking backward. This is frequently used even in the orchestration. Thus, in the figure I made, the last note is the A, and it moves down to the D. The last note will be the first. Then the figure moves up. Hence, I will apply the same. Next is the downward movement, and let's keep the A, F, and D. The next bars will be arranged according to the same principle. So, the main figure will be performed by 3 flutes, while retrograde by 3 clarinettes. Maybe you can share them between the first and the second violins. I didn't add breathing time for the players as this pattern delayed just 4 seconds. However, the dovetailing technique is necessary for clarity if there are several bars in the score. Now let's listen. Let's expand the score again if you have also done these methods. The number of the figure can be increased with inversion and chordal extensions. Inversion is also an older polyphonic technique, but unlike retrograde, it moves on the contrary motion. I want to start with the A note, however, you can choose another one. So the first triplet goes up, we go down. Then it goes down, we go up. Again, it goes up, we move down. Since we have inverted the pitch, we can alternate the triplet figure with any figure equal to it. For example, 2 18th notes. Or maybe 1 18th and 2 16th notes, as you want. But I would like to keep the previous triplet, except for the last note. So, as you can see, we have applied the extension inversion. You can ask me, won't have 2 figures in the same register cause any conflict? The answer is yes. But I did it on purpose to create chaos. Hence, I will keep them in the same register, just sharing between different timbres. For clarity, the first violins will be more effective than any woodwind instruments. Okay, then what about the second violins? The number of these figures also can be increased just by applying the chordal extension. Let's write the F below the A and D below the F. Then C sharp will be below the F, while F below the A. Again, the F and D. As you can see, I simply used the chord tones for the vertical expansion. Let's make one more for the violas. D and A and C sharp, D and A. I still didn't get the result I want. Hence, proceed with the orchestral charge. There's an empty space between flues and clarinet where a new stretch basic can be added. This upward figure, presented with acicatures, will be used by the oboes as they are excellent for short articulations. Now let me add one more method to emphasize a mysterious ambience. The stretch runs are an amazing method to hold stress. Continuously upward and downward glissandos of the harp will satisfy my request. For the harp player, it is necessary to show the correct pedal diagram since the scale contains just 6 pitches instead of 7. How to do it? So, first, let's tune the existing ones. D, F, G flat, A, B flat, and C sharp. What about the E string of the harp? As you know, the harp strings can be natural, flattened, and sharpened. If the E string is sharpened, it will produce the F. So we'll get 2 F notes on both E and F strings. So we have done the pedal diagram, and let's back to the topic. The glissando of the wind chimes is an unconditional element of the orchestral background for the mysterious effect. The wind chime, also known as the Mark III, is an unpitched percussion instrument that contains hanging chimes from low to high pitches. But these hanging tubes should not be confused with the tubular bells, as this instrument is used just for the unpitched glissandos. Another type of this instrument is a belltree, which is played with various sticks. Glissandos for both instruments can be written on 5-line staff with diamond or X-shaped knot heads, and on single-line staff. Now let's listen to how it blends in the score. Sounds good. Finally, I want to add an episodic element to the end of the second bar and finish the orchestration process. The horizontal broken harmony will be played by 2 trumpets. This kind of texture containing different rhythmic patterns or figures is called polyrhythmic texture and has been frequently used by Bartók and Stravinsky. Hope this lecture was understandable for you. I will be glad if you can share your own texture in the comments following these techniques. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.